Hi everyone, Georgina here, and today we're going to be talking about catnapping. So catnapping is a really common challenge, and it's something that parents often worry about. I get a lot of people joining my Facebook group who say, help, my baby's catnapping, they're not getting the sleep they need, I'm really worried, they're only sleeping 10 minutes at a time or 30 minutes, or they never sleep for longer than 45 minutes, or one sleep cycle. All these other babies down the road or up the road, or my sister-in-law's baby, they all have these nice long naps. What is wrong with my baby? They worry that their baby's not getting enough sleep. They're often told that their baby needs a certain amount of nap time during the day. They may have been told that by a healthcare professional or some sort of sleep expert. They might have read it somewhere and think, oh my goodness, my baby's not getting that sleep. But actually catnapping is usually completely normal, and it's reasonably common as well. Some babies just don't need much sleep during the day. Just a quick nap is enough for them to refresh and happily get on with the day. They're just more efficient sleepers than other babies. We know from research that there's a really wide variation in the amount of sleep that babies need. So babies between the ages of 4 and 12 months need anywhere from 10 to 18 hours sleep per 24-hour period. So that's naps and nighttime sleep combined, anywhere from 10 to 18 hours sleep. So some babies don't need much sleep at all. And so if a baby is down the low end of the sleep needs spectrum, as I call it, maybe needing 10 or 11 or 12 hours sleep per 24-hour period, then most of that sleep is going to be at night. They're just going to need a few quick naps, 10 minutes here, 40 minutes there, to get through the day. So sometimes babies also go from needing a lot of nap time, and this is very common, around that 3 to 4 month age when they transition out of the newborn period. So they go from needing quite a lot of nap time to catnapping. And this change is also very normal too, because usually sleep needs reduce over time. And as babies get older and toddlers get older, they need less sleep during the day. And sometimes those sleep needs can drop off quite suddenly. So, you go from, say, one day when they needed 2 hours of naps and now they only need 1 hour, for example. So some parents worry that their babies should be sleeping for a whole sleep cycle or for a 2-hour block in the middle of the day. There's lots of information out there that tells parents that this should be happening. But we know from research that that's just not true for a lot of babies. There's no such thing as junk sleep. We know that from adult research, for example, that just a 10-minute nano nap, as they call it, I call it a power nap, can boost alertness, concentration and attention for as much as 4 hours. So catnaps in babies have similar effect. They're human beings after all. They're not that different from adults. So there's no need to encourage them to have a full sleep cycle or a specific amount of sleep during the day. And in fact, if you try to do this, it can start to cause more wakefulness at night, because suddenly they're getting more sleep during the day, so they need less sleep at night time. So if your baby wakes, the best thing to do is to get them up and get on with the day. So if they wake from a nap after 10 minutes, just get up, get them up, get on with the day. Or even better, have them nap in a carrier or a sling on you as you go about your day, because that way the daytime noises and the movement, the changes in light will be more likely to wake baby when they're naturally ready to wake. And they're also less likely to wake distressed if they're right on you or right near you. So if you can't carry them, if they're too heavy, try to get them to nap near you, in the same room as you, in a little bed or on a little mattress on the floor, whatever is safe for baby, depending on their age, because that way they're going to be near you when they wake, and you're going to be moving about, making noise, chatting, going about your day, which is going to be more likely to wake them and less likely to cause them to sleep too long during the day. So in saying all of that, life with a catnapper is not easy. I myself had a catnapper, and I was so envious of those parents around me whose babies were sleeping 2 or 3 hours at a time. And I thought, oh my goodness, what would I do with my life if I had that much time to myself every day? And so it is really challenging, especially if you're really tired and you want to have a rest yourself. But it is better to have a catnapper than to have a baby who is very wakeful at night. So if you've got a catnapper but they're sleeping reasonably well at night, that is a better scenario than having a baby that sleeps okay during the day but is up all the time at night, and preventing you from having a decent sleep at night. One thing that's important to do if you've got a catnapper is to try to rest when they are sleeping. They may only be asleep for a very short period of time, but try not to run around like a headless chook getting things done in that time. Try to give yourself a bit of a rest, because you don't get a lot of opportunities to rest, unlike parents who have babies and toddlers who sleep for, for really long naps during the day. Do be careful about contact napping. Contact napping is a term that's often used to describe a nap where baby is sleeping on a parent. So they're having a nap, you're holding them for their nap. Now, this is different to if baby's napping in a carrier or a sling as you go about your day. This is sort of where you might have baby nap on you while you're sitting down on the sofa or on a couch, or maybe next to you in a bed. And what happens when you contact nap in this way is that sometimes you can encourage baby to sleep a little bit longer than they would naturally need, or a lot longer than they would naturally need. And this can start to affect their nights. Now, if your baby is sleeping perfectly well at night and you're contact napping, go for it. That's no problem at all. But if your baby is very wakeful, you want to be a bit careful about this, because it can encourage more sleep. And often parents will say, oh, my baby will only sleep if I contact nap, or they'll only sleep for longer than 10 minutes if I contact nap, or longer than 40 minutes if I contact nap. So the fact that you're contact napping is actually encouraging them. If you're sitting there still, trying not to move, trying not to wake them, then you're actually actively encouraging them to sleep. And because they're nice and cozy and warm in your arms, they're more likely to do it. It's kind of the same as driving them around in a car. Some babies will sleep for a very long time if they're driving, but if you get them out, they'll wake on transferring. And that's just because they're no longer in that warm and cozy environment, and the change of scene has woken them up. So be careful about contact napping, but no problem to nap in a carrier or a sling. So I think that's all I have to say today about contact napping. Do let me know if you've got any questions below. I hope this video has been helpful in kind of reassuring you that your baby is in fact probably very normal. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.